She's a disgrace in a public place.
It's like I'm dating a 12-year-old kid sometimes.
Oh, I have no shame. I was snorting her, like...
But his blind date...
She kind of dresses like a slut.
She was wearing like the big hooker heels from hell.
...was fit for public consumption.
You don't even ever ask me to go anywhere. Can he take you anywhere?
After she dates a guy she can take anywhere...
Immediately, she grabbed my hand, led me out of the club, and back to her place.
Will they snort out their differences? Or have a change of heart?
Change of heart. This is a show where couples who are hitting some bumps in their relationship agree to go on one blind date to see if they can resolve their differences. So let's meet our couple. Now, she had the hots for him for about 2 years, but he was a tough catch. She baited him, though, with her quick wit and her big heart, and they've been hooked now for the past 6 months. Please welcome Jed Davis and Leah Rice. Good to see you on the show. You guys are here to test the waters, I guess, to see if there's other fish in the sea. So, Jed, let me start with you. How did Leah show you her big heart?
I've been trying to move down here to LA, and she helped me set up and get down here. She opened her home and her friends to me, give me a place to start. I'm a promoter. She changed my life, helped me get going. I promote music, and LA is a place to be for music, so it was like, she was a friend from my hometown. She got me set up.
Good, she set you up then.
Yeah.
Now, Leah, what about when you're with Jed? What's your biggest worry?
Jed's far more experienced than me. He has been with so many women, and it's just like, yeah, I'm a little worried.
Are you feeling insecure about that, or what?
Well, I'm a little worried I can't, be as good as anyone else. He's been with quite a few. His mom's watching. He's been with one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's so innocent.
Yeah. No, she really doesn't have any reason to be jealous because I'm with her and I love her. So.
Right.
No. Well, if you've been with someone who's been... Okay.
Well, let's see if this affects him, though, Leah, because, you say he's got a lot of notches on his belt. Has it gone to his head? Does it affect him that way?
Yeah, he kind of thinks he's God's gift to women. Actually, that's what his name means in Hebrew. It means like God's gift. We went over this sometime. I don't know why it's relevant, but he takes it literally. Like he'll walk around, I am God's gift to women.
She's just jealous because she has a Hebrew name too, Leah, which means mad cow. In Hebrew.
It means wild cow. Okay, there's
wild
a difference.
Cow.
Wild cow.
Yeah, there's a big difference there. One's a disease.
Wild, yeah.
Now, do you think her personality fits that name, Wild Cow?
Yeah, well, because it's like, she's a little bit younger than me. She's 18, but it's like I'm dating a 12-year-old kid sometimes.
Oh my God.
Because
you're more the 12-year-old than I am. I have a job. I go to school. I pay for stuff.
Oh, okay.
She's responsible.
Listen. I'm rarely embarrassed by anything. I'm a pretty open guy, wild person.
Sure.
She sticks her head out the window and barks like a dog.
I have no shame. I was snorting her, just like that.
She'll snort like a fairy.
Anywhere.
Like she does that in public, and then she'll twirl around like a fairy, and it's like, okay, that's a little
Let me ask you this, Leah. Let's say a stranger asked Jed to describe you. How would he paint that picture?
Okay, so I'm hoping he'd describe me as like beautiful, athletic. No, I'd be a good mom.
No, we'll
That's
see.
what he would say?
I'm 18 years old. I don't want to be like pushing out the puppies just yet.
No.
Yeah, give her some time, will you?
She is beautiful, and she is athletic, and she's a very sexy girl, and I appreciate all that. But I'm a little bit older than her, and I'm like, not right now, but I'm looking future, something like that.
It's not really
and
a compliment.
She makes kids feel so good. Like if you ever saw her with little kids, you would fall in love with her.
All right, Jed. Other ways that Leah comes up short. What would you say?
Oh man. Well, we're both pretty tall, and she wears these heels like right now. These big huge heels.
Huge.
Just to annoy me, just to piss me off. So
no,
she's
it's
taller
not
than
even
me.
about you. Don't even keep thinking about yourself.
She told me before I did.
Towering over
In
you.
high school,
So
I
she
was
had that,
abused.
yeah.
People beat me up because I was so tall. I was like crying and stuff.
Tall
and
abuse.
Now I am so proud of my height.
can't find the
I
cars.
play basketball. I'm so excited. Everyone.
Well, that's good. Be
tall.
proud that you're tall. Now, here's my question. If you chased this guy for 2 years, you had to be pretty confident that there was going to be something once you guys finally hooked up.
Yeah.
Still feel that way?
Yeah, I do. I feel like Jed's my soulmate. He's my other half, and any conversation we have is just, I'm totally in love with this man.
So far, so good.
Yay.
If you think you found your soulmate, why risk it all then by going out on these blind dates and dating someone else?
Because I want him to see me more than a mommy, and there's I want him to realize that the age difference isn't that much, so I'm hoping that this date will show him that we're meant to be.
All right, we'll see if Jed looks at it the exact same way. Will their relationship hit new heights or sink to an all-new low? We're going to find out after we meet their date, so stay here. All Jed and Leah. Now, Leah complained that Jed thinks he's God's gift to women, and she feels a little insecure about his sexually sordid past and, quite frankly, sick of him not recognizing all of her physical assets. So we set her up with a studly model who looks like he's God's gift, and he promises to appreciate all of Leah's assets. Please welcome Ben Sanders. What do you think, Jed? God's gift here or what?
I don't know. He's a gift, something. But wait till next year to wrap. Wait till next year to unwrap him, I guess.
Okay.
He's a little too shiny for me.
Now, Leah, when you first talked to him before you even met, when you first heard his voice on the phone, how'd he sound?
He sounds so good. Oh my gosh, his voice.
Wait. Can I hear that again? How's
I can sort for you. Okay.
Definitely a noise you haven't heard, man. Definitely a noise you haven't heard.
So, Leah, you're talking to him. Who made the plans and what were they?
Ben made all the plans. That's something Jed would never do. Ben had everything ready to go. I mean, Jed would have me make the plans if we were ever to go out, and then I'd pay for them. So Ben.
No.
So,
It goes both ways.
When did we
All right, Leah, tell us what he planned then. Tell us about the date.
Well, we went. He picks me up, and we had like most of our date was in the car. Like we were driving around all over the place.
of
But
driving.
no, it was like that. No. So we went to the pier in Huntington. I've never been to any of these places, and it was really cool to have. He had everything. We had reservations at a nice place, but I ended up switching them around.
Now, Ben, what about the first thing you noticed when you met Leah?
Well, because the first thing I really noticed about her is the fact that she's over 6 feet tall.
Yeah, buddy.
Can't miss
Beautiful
that.
thing. No, are you kidding? I could see her walking at me from 50 feet away, no problem. I knew who was coming. Okay, definitely. She had such a sexy walk, and it was great. You know, the fact that she's so tall is a beautiful thing because I knew I wouldn't get a crick in my neck from kissing her.
Oh, buddy.
And Leah, Ben, not a bad-looking guy. How did you respond when you saw him?
Oh my gosh, he's so beautiful. He went to shake out his hand, to reach out his hand to shake, and I was like, I need to hug him because.
So obviously you were impressed then by what you saw.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, all these females are seeing what I'm seeing. He's got this great six-pack, so I have to. Can you show it? Can you show this?
Come on, she wants you to show it off.
He's got good arms too.
Oh, he's bashful. Ben, one of the things we heard earlier about Leah was that she, a little bit like a child, likes to draw attention to herself. Did you notice that when you guys were out hanging?
I did really notice that, and everybody on the pier noticed it too.
Yeah.
It's a matter of, she's 6 foot tall in heels, she's 6'4". That draws plenty of attention.
Sure.
Right there. So when she's walking around, she's jumping around, she's twirling, she's, running into me.
I like to have fun. I like to be comfortable with myself. I like guys. I mean, he was doing good. He wasn't, but.
I was trying my best.
Now, Ben, when you're out with somebody like that, is that a good thing? Is that a turn-on or is it a distraction?
It is definitely a distraction and a turn-off because if you draw too much attention, then everybody's looking at you and everybody is scared of you.
Yeah! See what I'm saying? Jed's applauding.
Oh my God!
Now you see what I live with!
This is about to turn into some.
All right, Leah. Obviously, there was some physicalness going on here. What about the conversation? How'd you feel about that?
Okay, well, Ben isn't really good at conversation or anything. Jed is really good. I mean, me and Jed can talk about anything, everything, all the time. It was kind of slower with me and Ben. It wasn't like instant talking, but with Jed, it's just automatic,
So you're saying that soulmate factor wasn't there with Ben?
No. But it was definitely
right.
physical factor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what about the fact that Ben doesn't look like he'd have a hard time attracting other women? Would you be insecure about his past like you are with Jed's?
No, Ben's been with women he's cared about, and it's just with Jed, I'm not sure if he even knew half their names,
No, see? No, see.
At least their
They're
first
just
names
numbers.
anyway.
They're just numbers.
No,
All right, Leah, what about during dinner when you were having small talk? Did it become more meaningful at some point?
We were having a conversation actually about me and Ben are both very, very directed. We know what we want to do. We know it's like we're going to get that, and it's Jed is the biggest dreamer. He's just like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I mean, he has so many big plans, but he just sits on the couch all day.
All right, so the conversation was good. And Ben, what about afterwards? You get a chance to work off some of that dinner? Work up a
Yeah,
sweat?
actually we did. I got to take her to this really kind of a cool nightclub. It's actually kind of draws more of the S&M, a little bit of leather. Yeah. But so a little bit might be kind of different, because I could really tell that she was kind of a wild child in this mold, looking to get out.
Well, let me ask Leah, since Jed's into music promotion and that kind of stuff, would he have been comfortable in an environment like that?
He would not have stepped foot in this. He's the most homophobic man I've ever met.
Oh, really? No dog collars.
But there's gay and straight people there, and it wasn't like anything. It was just, you know, he's comfortable enough with himself to be with me. You know, it wasn't about anyone else there. It was just us. It was great.
Now, Ben, Leah was a little upset earlier because the only words that Jed really had to describe her was good mother material. Is that what you saw?
Not at all. I saw her as sexy, very, very, very sexy, and athletic.
And athletic.
Very athletic.
All right, so Ben, you go to this club. You guys had a good time, it seems. What happened after that?
Well, while we were on the dance club, actually, we were dancing pretty close, okay? And music's kind of driving everything on. Emotions are running hot, you know? So I gave her a little kiss on the neck. Well, immediately she grabbed my hand and led me out of the club and back to her place.
And the story continues.
It continues and gets better. But, so what happened was...
You're back at her place.
We're back at her place, and we started dancing, but this time slower. Some nice mellow music, very close,
How
very
slow?
touchy-feely, and I got another great kiss. This time up here, and you know what the beautiful thing was? Finally, a girl I can kiss, and I don't get a sore neck.
How about that? Now, Jed, you a little surprised by what was going on here?
Yeah, because she's so like, you know, she's a little bit sporty. I'm a little bit rock and roll. She doesn't really like to party that much. She's not really like, she's always telling me I'm too oversexed. And
He never really gives me a chance to. Like, he wouldn't even tell what kind of person I am. The way he's out with his friends at other clubs all the time. You know,
All right, now,
hitting
Leah,
on, who knows?
back at the apartment for just a minute. Did he stop with just that second kiss?
Actually, I would have loved to continue it, but he was such a gentleman. He was. He slept on the couch and I slept on the bed, and I just left in the morning. I totally He respected me while
And they all lived happily ever after. We know how that story goes. We're Ben's Dirty Dancing and Six Pack, enough to give Leah a change of heart. We're going to find out later. Next, though, we'll meet the woman that Jed dated, so stay right here. Heard what happened on Leah's date with Ben, and now we're going to meet the woman that Jed dated. Jed complains Leah's too tall and uses her height and her childish behavior just to grab attention. So we set him up with a mature, sophisticated lady whose beauty alone is an attention grabber. Please welcome Tracy Watson. Hi, Tracy. Good to see you. Leah, let me ask you, do you think that Tracy was able to keep Jed's attention?
She kind of dresses like a slut, so I guess that.
Your skirt is shorter than hers.
No, come on. That is hardly what I think of when I think of somebody dressing that way. Jeez.
Yeah, your skirt is shorter than hers. What are you talking
Jed,
about?
I understand that you and Tracy, actually, when you first met, it was at a bar. How did you know that she was even your date?
Well, when she first got there, I was hoping it was her, and then when she came up and she gave me a big hug, I was like really happy, really surprised.
So that's how you knew. She hugged you. And is she your type, would you say?
Oh yeah, totally. She's a really sweet, mature, dynamic person. She's very striking, like very natural, just what I was looking for.
Now, Jed, besides physically, what you noticed, anything else that you noticed?
Well, I'm not really a big clothes person. I'm not really into like fashion. She was just in jeans and a t-shirt, just really kick back.
Put you in.
And you like that sort of relaxed?
Yeah, no, it put me totally at home, totally at ease.
Now, Jed, the other thing I noticed is she wasn't wearing like monster shoes or anything like that. Did you notice those when you met?
No, she was just the right height. She wasn't wearing like the big hooker heels from hell. Like, I mean, there was like no trace of any like, none of that.
In the corner.
Yeah, totally.
All right, Trace, let's get a word from you. What about your first impression when you finally met Jed?
My first impression was we talked on the phone, and he was extremely intelligent and funny. Yeah, but then it turned out that he actually had no plans for the night.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That sounds familiar.
Good initiative.
I'm just a spontaneous guy.
Like,
I even had to drive over and pick him up. It's like 40 minutes downtown LA.
Wait, so no plans for the night, and you had to drive 40 minutes to pick him up.
Yeah.
Leah, does this sound kind of...
Hey, I'm a musician. What do you want?
That's a cop out. I'm a musician, so I can't have money or a
doesn't
car
pay
or
until
life.
it pays.
You know?
Starving artist is what they call that. Now, Tracy, since you had to go drive all that way, pick him up, did he make it worth it?
He did. He was actually very sweet. As soon as I got there, he had picked roses and flowers for me.
He picks roses for everyone. He picked them for his dog.
Now, Jed, did you make some sort of effort at this point, at least to show that you had some plans or were worth going out with?
Well, I didn't tell her, but I kind of got these tickets for the Getty. It's an art museum. We went there. And
Art museum?
I'd always wanted to go there. It was really sweet.
You don't even ever ask me to go anywhere, and you got tickets to a museum?
Can he take you anywhere?
Yeah, where am I going to take you? I'm gonna take you to the art museum and have you like doing your pig squeal in the art museum on roller skates. It's like, look at me,
That fits
Sugar
right
Plum Fairy. No, forget about it. She
All
was
right.
perfect
Now,
for that.
Jed, we know obviously the two women are different. Are they similar in any way?
No, it's like night and day. It's like night and day. It's like she's just like a breath of fresh air. She's sweet. She's mature.
God.
She's ready for anything. You know, she's just very spontaneous. I like
So a big difference between the two women.
Yeah, I'm not ready
God.
for anything.
No, but Jed, what about the fact that it seems like immediately you were very comfortable with her?
Yeah, well, I mean, she just really like I said, she put me at ease. She made me feel really comfortable. Normally, I'm pretty guarded. Like, I don't talk about like my life and stuff. I keep my personal life to myself. But I was telling her about my family.
You tell
and,
everyone
like,
about your personal life. All
like
the
whatever.
time. You
I
tell
told her-
like the homeless man on the street, hey,
I told
this
her
is my life.
No, that's you. That's you.
Now, Jed, did you tell her anything about Leah? Did you talk about Leah?
Yeah, well, I was telling her, you know, like, do I seem like a whore? Because that's Leah's nickname for me is Jed the whore. And I thought that was so messed up.
Tracy, did you feel somewhat inadequate or threatened by his past if you learned that was his nickname?
No, I didn't at all. He had mentioned that Leah had a hard time with like the fact that he had been with so many women or whatever, but I think she just needs to build a bridge and get over it. The past is the past. Get a little confidence about yourself.
Jed, you said you got tickets. You guys went to the museum. Did she
Yeah.
seem comfortable in that environment?
Yeah, no, it was great because, you know, we were talking and we were just, you know, getting to know each other and we're holding hands and just having a really sweet time. It was really, really nice.
It was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed it. I really
Had a good
did.
time.
Seriously, it was great.
Now, Jed, since you spent the day with Tracy, you had a date with her, would you use those same 3 words that you used about Leah, good mom material, to explain her?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, she's great. I mean, she's so mature and everything, and she's great with kids. Like, she teaches kids to, like, surf and swim on the weekends, and I can totally see that. But, like, first, I mean, she's just, like, an amazing cat. She's just, like, great from head to toe. There's nothing wrong with her. So I would say she's a great cat.
Now, Leah, since you got to know Tracy just a little bit here, what words would you use to describe her?
Airhead, I don't know.
All right, just checking.
yeah.
Jed, how did things end on your date?
Well, it was really nice. You know, we had a long conversation. She took me home, and you know, date ended a little early. I was a little bit upset about that. I kind of wanted to
Why
stay out
did it end
longer.
early?
Well, she was tired.
I was tired.
Wait, he had 2 hours of sleep and we stayed out all day, so, I mean, obviously...
Well, some people have priorities. Some people aren't, you know, trying out for the new Backstreet video, and they have, you know, better things to do with their time. They have to work.
What? Tracy?
My first dates don't usually go to 4 or 5.
Yeah.
the next
Tracy,
day.
what about at the end, though? Were
Sorry,
you too
that's so
tired
boring.
for even a kiss?
He was actually very sweet. He gave me a nice little kiss on the hand, and that was good enough for me.
That was. All right, well, Jed and Leah have a change of heart. During the break, they're going to make that decision. We're going to find out what they decided when we come back, so stay here. All right, now is the moment of truth because during the break, Jed and Leah each made a final decision about the future of their relationship. Now, these two say they're soulmates, yet they can't really overlook some of the conflicts in the relationship due to their 5-year age difference. So, Jed, we're going to start with you and get your decision first. You said you wanted to get date somebody that wasn't insecure about your past because you've been with a few women before. Somebody that was maybe a little older that had some maturity to go with that. So, you got all of that from Tracy. You do have that history and relationship with Leah. What do you say?
Well, it's like exactly like you said. I mean, this date showed me a lot of stuff that what it's like again, to kind of be with like a mature person and not have to deal with a lot of things. I really care a lot about Leah. Leah and I started out as friends, and so I think that we'll always be friends. And if we really truly are soulmates, then I think, you know, we'll come back to each other. But I think right now, some of the issues, some of the things we have, are just too much for me to deal with. So I'm gonna have to have a change of heart.
And Tracy, does that work for you?
Yeah, very good.
All right, now, Leah, let's get your decision. You said you pursued Jed for about 2 years before you guys actually went out. You think you're soulmates, at least that's what you thought earlier. You had a good time with Ben. What do you say?
I still believe Jed is my soulmate, and, you know, it really hurts, but I had a great time with Ben, and I'd love to date him again, so I had to change of heart.
Change your heart. All right, Ben, does that work for you?
Yeah, works for me.
Ben's okay with Well, by coming on the show, it's best that you guys found out at this point, and maybe if you could snort for us one more time. Hey, I don't know what that's for, but that's our show for today. Good luck to Tracy and Jed and Leah and Ben. We'll see you next time on Change of Heart.